Hello YouTubers. This is our third video of What is Great Poetry, and I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Tina.
And I'm Colin.
Today we're doing two classic poems and also two new songs. The first classic poems is by Cummings, If I, and the second one is Dreams by Langston Hughes. The two new songs are Glitter in the Air by Pink and also Imagine Dragons and Every Night.
And right before that, we're going to talk about what great poetry is.
Yes. So please enjoy it and we'll start now. We have surveyed different people on what they think great poetry is. Some say a good poem is one that touches their heart. Some say that it is funny or makes them comfortable. A poem that takes you on a short journey, one that has perfect verbs or no unnecessary words, a poem that can be read over and over again, etc. Then we ask ourselves, why is there so much diversity in these answers?
A good poem could also be depicted as medicine, which needs to be made accurately, putting in the right things in the right proportions. Different medicines are made for different purposes, and just like that, different poems are made for different types of people and personalities. There is no one medicine for everything.
So therefore, we concluded that a good poem is one that appeals to the heart of the reader, one that does the intended job of the theme well. For example, if a poem is written to be funny, for it to be good, it has to do that job of making the reader laugh to some extent. If a poem does not fulfill its purpose, which is like making the reader feel what the poem is all about, then it has failed to work properly as a medicine. So when an author is making a poem, they first need to choose a theme for the poem, like as also known as what the theme is meant to impact on the intended audience. Then they need to make sure it does exactly that by putting the right proportion of the best words and putting those proportions in the best order so that they produce a powerful medicine.
We've identified that new music is from 2000 to present day. Our first poem that we're going to analyze is called Dreams. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow.
Okay.
This poem by Langston Hughes is about our dreams and how important they are to our lives. It says we should hold tight to our dreams because without them, our lives are frozen and barren. When the author uses the metaphor of a broken winged bird and a barren field, it makes me think that when we let our dreams die, we can't go anywhere in our lives like the broken winged bird. And we can't grow and be happy without our dreams, just like the field frozen with snow. It can't grow.
Yep, the poem is very short, but it actually uses a lot of metaphors in it. So it's really meaningful and we really like it.
The first song that we're going to talk about is called Glitter in the Air by Pink. The part that we've chosen is this. Have you ever hated yourself for staring at the phone, your whole life waiting on the ring to prove you're not alone? Have you ever been touched so gently you had to cry? It's only half past the point of oblivion, the hourglass on the table, the walk before the run, the breath before the kiss, and the fear before the flames. Have you ever felt this way?
So I think this poem, it's called Glitter in the Air.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think it's so in the beginning she's basically asking us questions. Like have you ever told yourself, like have you ever hated yourself for staring at the phone or something like that? So I think she's been feeling depressed. So she's trying to like relate to the audience, like release it and ask around, like to see if like I think see if she's the only one or something.
Yeah, like she feels uncertain about like the way she's feeling, so she's kind of like asking people like, "Have you ever felt this way? Like, is it just me?" Or...
Yeah, it's basically like a girl has a messy hair, or maybe she might have some makeup on, and then she just keep on asking me, "Hey, did my makeup look good?"
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're
keep on asking
uncertain
people.
about it,
Yeah,
so you ask.
yeah. So I think she's actually expecting an answer from that.
And another way you could look at this is that she's asking like she already knows how it feels, but then she's like it's like sometimes like when you feel her and then you like when people are like they don't take it seriously, they're like do you even know how it feels? Like it feels really bad or something like that. So I think she's trying to relate that to the audience. To like, she's telling them that like, and the example I use is basically,
Yeah,
Oh,
like
I don't know how to put it
you're
into.
like feeling this way, and you're like people are saying stuff about it, and you're like, have you ever felt this way?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. So you're trying to like, it's kind of a way of like explaining them with a little bit more emotion.
yeah,
yeah. So actually, the last stanzas is all about her feelings about
Her
how.
like, yeah, like she's feeling nervous. Like she said, the it's only half past the point of oblivion. The hourglass on the table, the walk before the run. So we could relate that like say for example, you're about to have a race, and like right before then, when you're walking to the starting line, you're like nervous, your heart is beating really fast, you're wondering how it's gonna go. So it's basically like that. She's like, at that point she's really feeling think nervous,
Oh yeah,
anticipating
yeah.
something.
It's like the moment before the excitement.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the moment before something happens, either it's bad or good, but you don't know
yeah.
until you
Because
finish it.
everything is uncertain. That's why
Yeah.
she's so.
Our second song is Every Night by Imagine Dragons. I'm the colorless sunrise that's never good enough. I'm the wind that's in your hair that ruffles you up. If you can find a reason, you can let me know. I won't blame you, I'll just turn and go. Searching to find myself, but all I find is you. I can hardly stand myself, so what am I to you? If you can find a reason, you could let me know. I won't blame you, I'll just turn and go. Yes.
I think this song Every Night is about a man who loves a girl but doesn't think he's good enough for her. I think the guy thinks that the girl will find a reason to leave him, but he won't blame her because he thinks that he doesn't deserve her. We didn't read the chorus part, but I think it's really important. It says, I'm coming home to you every night, coming home to you every night. My mind is made up, nothing can change that. I'm coming home to you every night. So I think this part is a big, like he's changing his mind from the first part to this because he's saying like he doesn't care that she's too good for him. He will always stay with her and that nothing could ever change his mind.
Yeah, then he says that a lot and he emphasizes that, so his mind is bent on it.
Yeah, he's not, there's nothing that could change it. I really like this poem, or the lyrics of this song because I like how he uses metaphors such as "I'm the colorless sunrise" or "I'm the wind that's in your hair." I really like how he adds that. It adds like a deeper meaning. You have to like look through it to find the meaning.
Yeah, but the lyrics really describes his own emotional feelings, and it really makes me feel his sorrow. And I love sad poems, so I really love this lyrics. Yeah.
I think also this is like this. The lyrics have like kind of like a sad beginning to it, and then once it gets to the chorus, it changes the mood, kind of like saying like he doesn't care about that stuff. So I really like that as well.
And so it's kind of like transitioning
Yeah.
from like one mood to another.
Yeah, it's like his own struggles between, oh, do I have to love this girl
Yeah.
or no? Like,
Yeah.
It's really good.
yeah.
Last but not least, here comes the most special poem of our video.
So the second poem we're going to analyze is If I by Cummings. If I or anybody don't know where it, her, his, my next meal coming from, I say to hell with that, that doesn't matter. And if he, she, it, or everybody gets a belly full without lifting my finger, I say to hell with that, I say that doesn't matter. But if somebody, or you, are beautiful, or deep, or generous, what I say is whistle that, sing that, yell that, spell that out big. Bigger than cosmic rays, war, earthquakes, famine, or the ex-prince of Hughes diving into a what's to rescue Miss Nobody's probably handbag? Because I say that's not swell, get me. Babe, not, understand me. Lousy kid, that's some else, my sweet. I feel that's true.
So this poem If I by Cummings, it's basically talking about someone who is telling us about what he cares about, and he was in the beginning. He was basically saying he doesn't care about material things like food, what where his next meal is gonna come from. What he really cares about is the heart of a person, the personality, and like what's really in the person. Like he said, he cares about if you're beautiful, if you're deep, or if you're generous. So he cares about what's inside you. So yeah.
I think in the third last stanza he says, "Whistle that, sing that, yell that, spell that," and I think he's saying that like we need to emphasize people's.
And we also notice that there seems to be no specific rhyme scheme in the poem. So it's mostly like the author didn't want to employ any form of rhyme scheme to help set his theme or mood.
Yeah, you may notice that the subtitles of the poem is actually really messy because that is the original poem that and even when I say it out loud, it's so hard to understand what the poem is about because the stopping point is not really the normal stopping point we normally talk about.
Yeah, so if we were to read,
It's
sorry,
yeah, it's so
if we
hard
were
to
to
read.
read E. Cummings' poems, like it wouldn't really sound like real good English and like how it was going to be put.
Yeah, but that's his personal writing style, I think.
Yeah, it makes the poem his own, even though it's kind of hard to read or something. You like know, like this poem is E. Cummings.
Yeah,
It's like
unique
some
style.
originality
Yeah.
into it. And we have special guests joining us.
Yeah.
Just ignore them if you don't like their faces. Okay.
So this is the end of our video. So hope you like it. So make sure you click the subscribe button below.
But check our Facebook page because it's cool.
Yeah, and maybe we'll continue uploading some poem lyrics or something on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
So yeah, please support us and make our
Support.
channel
Go
grow.
check out their Facebook page.
Yeah.
It sucks, but you know.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Their Facebook page is
You meant to
good.
promote us.
Poetry.
Okay. So yeah, bye YouTubers.